Hello everyone! What is up, guys? We're on Nbox Reacts right now. I'm currently on break from my main channel just because, it's not getting many views, and I've been busy, but right now I'm not busy. And Matpat is leaving YouTube. I made a community post about this a while ago on my main channel. When he made the first announcement video, I literally shed a tear. And this is the first time I've ever had a YouTuber that I am currently watching and enjoy watching has decided to quit. And he has just released the final ever Style Theory. Actually, his final ever, because he's giving the channels to his team. But yeah, so strap in. This is gonna be a long video. We're gonna be watching the Style Theory and the Food Theory final episodes. So let's make my face cam smaller. And I'm probably not going to cry for these ones because these ones are the two newest channels. So, this is just kind of a meh, but I am going to be sad when Film Theory and Game Theory go tomorrow and the next day. So let's go. Full screen.
No more games. This is my final episode of Style Theory. So it's either win now or go home as a fashion failure. One final chance to take myself from novice to master. No limits, no budgets. And this time,
here we go.
It's live and in person. Are you ready?
The final Style Theory.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to my final Style Theory.
Hello,
in case you missed
Matpat.
it, it's not a joke. This is my last
goodbye.
episode as host of Style Theory. And I wanted to do something big for it. Something special for this last episode. You see, when I started this channel over a year ago, I knew that it was going to come down to this moment. I wanted to find out what the key to learning good style was. Because I believe that just like anyone can become a theorist, anyone can be a style icon. You just have to do the research, figure out the rules, the hacks, the data behind looking sharp. And when I don't know something, I track down someone who does, and then ask them to teach me. So in part one of our epic four-way stylist showdown, I turned to online stylists to see if the internet would once again hold all the answers. But alas, that road only led to disappointment and me looking like a generic K-pop wannabe. That means that this time, I'm not hiding behind the safety of my computer screen. I'm bringing the experts to me, live and in person, into my home and into my closet. It all started in a closet, and today, that's where it's gonna end. Stephanie and I are determined to find the secret ingredient to elevating our style.
I'm trying to talk over you right now. I'm sorry, Matpat. I'm sorry. What I'm trying to say is, this channel is the one that I'm least interested in out of all of them. But, I might check up on it every once in a while if there's something interesting. But, yeah. So I'm not gonna be very sad about this one, but let's go.
Alright, that was a bit more intense than I expected it to be, but sure, we'll roll with it. The pressure's on, theorists. We can't afford to waste any more time. The end is near. In our first round of this test, we pitted human against algorithm to take my and Stephanie's style to the next level. And, didn't go quite as planned. I highly recommend you check out that episode before this one so you get the whole experience. But long story short, while we learned a lot through the process, we didn't get all the answers that we were looking for. While we got a few good items, we didn't learn how or why these clothes were meant to elevate our style. So this time we're gonna turn up the pressure. No budget, no barriers, no backing out. No matter how out of our comfort zone these outfits might be. So this time we only have two things that we're judging. One, did they get our style? And two, can they teach us to be better at styling ourselves?
There we go,
Pretty darn simple, right? Well,
I just turned my mic volume up.
Let me introduce you to our stylist options for today, because theorists, they could not be any more different. On one end, we have Jamie, a part-time personal stylist who does this as her side hustle.
Hello, Jamie.
Jamie's been a close personal friend of ours for years. We actually had no idea that she did this, but apparently Jamie's wanted a chance to dress us up for as long as we've known her, so today she gets the chance. When she heard that we were doing a stylist episode, she jumped at the opportunity to throw her hat into the ring, and Steph and I jumped at the chance to learn whether or not a personal connection would be key to our experiment success. Since Jamie's known both of us for years, she's seen what we tend to wear on a day-to-day basis, so clearly she should have herself a pretty good leg up on our likes and dislikes, which presumably gives her an advantage, right? I guess we're about to find out.
I like us being inverses of each other.
Yeah, I know. I like that.
You're the yin and I'm the yang.
Yeah, exactly.
Jamie will cost us an initial fee of $150 per person for the initial consultation and lookbooks. Depending on how long the shoot goes, she also charges an additional $50 an hour, and we'll also need to purchase the clothing from the lookbooks
spending
to try
money
on the
to
other
be
side of our style
stylish?
spectrum, we have our most expensive option in the entire series, a professional personal styling business from right here in Raleigh called Refined by Teresa. They pride themselves on their multi-tiered services and flexible scheduling, which, as a very overbooked guy, definitely appreciate. Taking a look at their in-person options, we went with their signature closet audit service, priced at $450 a person. Pretty hefty price.
By the way, guys, I forgot to say this at the start. Whoa,
it's
too loud.
By coming
Forgot
in
to say
and
this
going
at-
through our closet,
Bro,
they're hopefully
can I
able to
not
teach us
talk?
how to take our current
Sorry.
personal style.
I forgot to say
to the
this
next
at the
level.
video.
No
Make sure to
shopping
check out the
required.
original
They are
video,
turning us into
subscribe to
some
all of
new
Matpat's
version of
channels.
ourselves
It'll all
like we
be
saw in
linked
the
in the
last episode. They're
description.
literally
Anyways,
trying
yeah,
to take our
volume
existing
back
clothes and give them a new,
down.
more fashionable life while figuring out what gaps exist in our wardrobe. If they're able to pull it off, well, that could be a game changer. But to reap the benefits of our two talented stylists, we first had to return to our personal purgatory, filling out the fashion surveys.
Woo! Okay, last one. Oh my gosh, 500 hours later.
Okay.
Our first go at this took almost 2 full hours to get through, and by the end, we were over it. O-V-E-R, over it.
Get out.
So to save us all the trouble, let me just speedrun us through my and Stephanie's style. When it comes to Steph, there are 3 words that really encompass her looks: comfortable, quirky, and classic. When it comes to the shapes and silhouettes that Stephanie gravitates towards in her wardrobe, she definitely prefers to keep it classic. So our stylist should be steering clear of very asymmetrical or super revealing items.
Do you have any concerns regarding modesty?
Please, no nipples. Nips out. Please, no nips out. There we go.
Codpiece though, all in. Stay away from the nips, but codpiece. Oh yeah.
But while her silhouettes might be classic, where you do see Stephanie start to show off a wild side is with patterns. Stephanie loves a cute, bold pattern. Whether it's using color blocking or putting cute pasta shapes with faces onto a sweater, she is all in for that. And it needs to be comfortable, meaning no scratchy or stiff fabrics. If she can't take a cat nap in this thing, it is out. When it comes to some of her favorite pieces, sweaters, and more sweaters. As long as they come in fun colors or with a nerdy design, you are a winner in her book. Lastly, as a petite gal, she's always on the lookout to find something that'll help elongate her legs. And then over here, you got me, the guy whose only fashion icon.
All right, let's see what Matpat's got.
Colors. I appreciate the pieces that make it look like a rainbow just puked on your chest. I mean, for the past 10 or so years, this bright red jacket has become my go-to uniform. Speaking of, I love jackets.
Very
I
iconic.
wanna wear in general. Honestly, the
Maybe
only
the
thing I
last
might
time we
like
see it.
more than jackets is Diet Coke. I guess my family's in there too. Anyway, as I learned about myself in the last episode, I tend to lean towards structured items that give me a casual internet professional
I
look.
swear,
When I look at what I'm
Matpat.
normally pulling out of the closet on a day-to-day basis, for ease and simplicity, I'm following a pretty regular formula. T-shirt, usually dark, maybe black, or with some fun pattern on it, with a bright structured jacket on top. Dark wash jeans, shoes. That said, even though I can very clearly articulate that very predictable formula, I did learn something while filming this episode that was a surprising fact about my wardrobe.
You want to know where I get my favorite shirts from? Museums. How weird is that?
Yeah.
But if you look at the most clothes that I have gotten over the last 2 years, it has been from like an art museum.
It turns out that while Stephanie and I had go-to items that we love, we didn't really have favorite brands or stores like your average consumer.
I think one of the problems is that we don't have go-to brands, actually. think
I already
what we're
knew.
discovering
I
here
already knew
is that we
Matpat was
need go-to
weird, but
brands,
like,
and we don't have them.
Hopefully our stylists
favorite
can help
shirts
solve
are
that
from
problem for us.
museums?
As we went through filling out survey question after survey question, we noticed that this time things felt a bit different. Significantly more thoughtful than the quizzes that we took in round 1. With Jamie, we saw a lot more effort to get to know us personally, asking about our preferences for metals, do we usually go to a tailor, what influences the items that we're picking when getting dressed in the morning, even stuff about our aversions.
Oh, do you have any textile preferences or aversions?
Oh, that's smart. That's a really smart question.
Yeah.
And while Stephanie and I are certainly down to clown with any fabric, we did really appreciate that Jamie was looking out for her clients with questions like that. Once we got over to Teresa's questions, it was clear that she was here to do one job: teach.
I would like to learn more about the following: how to shop on my own,
I think that's a great one.
how to accessorize, how to use my clothing in multiple ways, how to elevate my look, what cuts are best for my body type and frame. I mean, I'd like to learn all of these things.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie about this. My hopes at this point were pretty darn high. Like
Matpat
the feeling I get when you
needs
take the time to
to
subscribe to
look
the
buffer.
channel. While it may be the end to my time hosting, it's not the end of the channel by a long shot. Style Theory ain't going anywhere, my friends, and to make sure that you never miss an upload, you should smash that subscribe button. That way you get notified every time a new video goes live. Like the one that we have coming up next week that's gonna put Amy into a bit of a hairy situation. Can she wind up shaving the day? Well, it's all to answer a question that you've been asking us for months. So go ahead, subscribe. Become a part of one of the fastest growing communities
One of the-
here on
one of the
YouTube, and
last
prepare for all the
times you're gonna
amazing
hear
adventures that Amy has coming up
Matpat
in the new
tell us to
generation of
subscribe.
Style Theory. But for now, it's time to return back to my closet. And as the sun rose on day 1 of our try-on shoot, we were ready to be wowed by the professionals.
All right,
Let's see.
so we are here with Teresa and Lauren, And you guys have been doing styling for how long?
Well, about 10 years now for me. Refined has been in business for 5, and Lauren joined me 2.5 years ago.
But they have a wealth of experience, certainly way more than we have, and we are so excited and a little bit nervous to have you guys here in our closet.
We'll be gentle, I promise.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Teresa.
So how do you go about bridging that gap from being strangers to like, hey, now you're my trusted fashion advisor?
Well, it depends on what service you're interested in. So today we're going to be doing a closet audit where we're focused mainly on what you already own. So with that, it's just getting to know someone's style, how they're wearing things now, their lifestyle, and how we can like take that to the next level, how we can elevate it and make it more interesting, more fashion forward, and make it make sense.
I'm super excited to sort of get another perspective and get a sense of someone else's outside observation of, you know, how we're doing and how we dress and what would, you know, maybe work better for us. Because I think that's something that everyone has a really hard time of getting an outsider's perspective of themselves. And it's so valuable because you get to see yourself in a whole new light.
Exactly.
Starting off right away, they really leaned into this learning process. And as we all know, I love learning.
This is actually
Teresa and
pretty
Lauren
interesting.
really wanted to dig in and understand us so they could give us the best
That
advice
is-
possible. And I was ready to bear it all. At least bear all my wardrobe. To make things easier, we actually lined up a bunch of our clothes that are usually stored in drawers or hangers behind the camera setup, so it's usually not this much of a mess in here. I promise. During the closet audit, Teresa and Lauren went through all of our items, removing anything they thought didn't serve us anymore. It could've
Every
been the fit,
single-
the color,
every single
the
Five
vibe.
Nights at
If they
Freddy's
pull it,
shirt
we
that
donate.
Matpat has.
Or at least that's the way they normally work, making sure that any lightly used clothing is going to those in need and not just being wasted in a landfill somewhere. And it's at this point, loyal theorists, that I need to take a moment to apologize. I've been hiding something from you.
Matpat
the entire time.
apology
I've
video?
gone through a closet audit like this before, and it was not pretty.
So true story, I had a closet audit like this, but more so it was a closet intervention.
He was a resident assistant for freshmen. So the people he's RAing for are younger than he is, and they staged the intervention. There was one pair of shorts and 2 t-shirts left at the end.
I was gonna say, yeah,
That
no.
was it.
It
Yeah.
was terrible,
Yeah.
and it sucked. But I felt so much better and more confident on the other end about
there you go.
understanding my style and what was and wasn't working. When I'm walking around with a bunch of Reebok windbreakers that are 2 sizes too big, or pleated pants that look like I ripped them off of MC Hammer,
Not 1 pleat, like 8 pleats.
a lot of volume in the crotch area. My groin was ballooning all over the place. You know, teenage Matpats, like, wow, this is making me look great. And then literally everyone around me is like, wow, that guy looks like a weirdo. And one thing that over the last couple days of filming, since we filled out the survey, we feel like we fit into this uncanny valley of style.
We feel a bit stuck in this middle space right now.
And that's kind of the beauty of like personal style is it can be unique to you. You don't have to follow trends. You can buy into the trends that you like. I find a lot that people who are constantly chasing the next new trend
Yeah,
are
I-
always going to look dated. When you look back at
I
pictures, you're gonna be like,
appreciate
oh my
that.
gosh, what was I
I
thinking?
appreciate
Because you
that.
were wearing everything that was popular at one time instead of
Yeah.
really cultivating a
Yeah.
complete wardrobe that really feels like
She's
you
smart.
and things you really love.
Feeling a lot better about the purge that was about to occur, we were ready to dive in.
Let's kick off the closet audit. First impressions, I'd love to get your take.
I would say organization-wise, 10 out of 10.
Hey!
I really...
Type A is coming through again.
Yes,
Our
yes.
overachieving.
I appreciate the categorization. That makes it easy, not only for me, but for you.
Would you say like at a very foundational level, like even if you do nothing else with your wardrobe, like categorize it?
Oh, for sure. We developed something, it's called the SOSC method. Break down your wardrobe first by season, by occasion, by style, and then by color.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of times just removing everything you can't wear right now from what you're looking at every day
Yeah.
just makes it so much easier. There's a lot less clutter to rifle through to find what you're looking for. Also separating by occasion, having like your work wardrobe here and your everyday wardrobe here, so you can kind of like zero in on things, and there can be some
So this
crossover,
isn't
and that's
only
totally
like
fine.
They were
discovering
speaking our
style,
language,
this is
organization,
discovering like
categories,
how to
scientific
organize.
methods. All we needed was a color-coded Excel sheet and we'd be in heaven.
Since I've been through this before and I've had that Band-Aid ripped off
Yes,
before,
yes.
you
We'll
can start with
ease in
me.
with you. We've heard that the t-shirt and the fun jacket's kind of like your go-to formula,
Yeah,
right?
that's very easy for me. I actually change clothes probably 6 times a day because of the different amounts of filming that we're doing. A jacket and an easy t-shirt is very easy for me to swap between a lot of different outfits. That's kind of the comfort zone that I've fit into.
So maybe today we can try to create 1 or 2 different formulas that
That'd
are
be great.
easy for you to go to, and also identify some ways to style these things a little differently. For example, like this.
Yes.
Do you wear it often?
That is a souvenir item that I got from the Harajuku district in Japan. I love it, but yeah, when it comes to like actually wearing in a day-to-day
Yeah.
setting, not so much.
So is this something you would want to wear more, or in your mind is this more just like I have it because it's a memory?
If I could figure out a way to wear it more often, that would be awesome.
Okay.
Because I love the color, I love the vibrancy, but I also know it's a very extreme piece.
Maybe there's something we can do today that will allow you to get more use out of.
Yeah, the spooky clown face pattern, we can make that work a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you
Matpat is
noticed,
such
there's
an
clown faces
interesting
on here.
person.
Yeah, something about the hot pink clown face jacket told me that I was probably gonna be Teresa's most interesting client. But hey, she's a pro. So if anyone can figure out how to find styles that coordinate with spooky clowns, it's gonna be her. Teresa really had a keen eye for finding new and interesting ways to mix and match our clothes that we already had. For example, I have a number of button-down shirts that I only wear for formal occasions like weddings, and tend not to wear them for anything other than that. But Teresa
Same,
suggested that I take one of my
same.
sweaters and layer that on top for a brand new look, and it totally worked. I gotta say, I really appreciated how supportive our top-tier stylists here were. Rather than just being like,
Nah, I don't like
you
how
should
that
get rid of
looks.
this, or, oh, that's ugly. Teresa made sure to ask us what we really liked about each and every piece. If we liked it and wanted to wear more, well, she would put it aside and figure out a way to work on it later. And when she did think that it was time for me to let an item go, she had a very gentle way of making it known.
So this,
Yes,
do you wear it much?
I haven't in years.
Okay, good. Let's get rid of it.
Okay.
It's a little dated.
It's my safari shirt.
It's not super interesting, and I think that, and you'll hear me say this a lot, like I think you're too cool for this shirt.
We ended up spending over an hour meticulously going through each and every item in my wardrobe. We found a couple of items that it was time to let go of, but we also picked out a couple of pieces that I really like. But
Getting
never
rid of
really
the
found a good
Mario
way to wear
shirt?
it. And Teresa was prepared to
No.
give us advice on how to wear them, but first we had to go through Steph's side of the closet.
What's your formula?
So for the months between September and like April, I'm a jeans and sweater gal. I'll have visual interest up here, and I'll tend to go pretty boring on the bottom. I love to incorporate fun shoes, but because I have a kid, because I'm walking around all the time, the really dainty high heel like part of my life, that's in the past.
The metallic pink platforms?
You don't wear those?
No, those are okay. So we went to the premiere of the Mario movie and I went hardcore peachcore. So
okay.
it was all pink and those were the shoes for that particular moment.
I
So-
already put together an outfit in my head. When we first got here, and we were kind of playing around with those shoes.
Oh, I would love an excuse to wear those again.
Teresa being drawn to the pink platforms definitely gave her a couple of points in my book. She wasn't afraid of some of the wild and crazy options that existed in our closet. In fact, she was trying her best to lean into them. Why? Because she could tell that those were the items that Stephanie and I really enjoyed. I could see the gears working in her mind as she tried to find ways to make these difficult items into new fashionable attire. And that definitely included ditching
Okay,
things that didn't
okay.
quite suit our current era.
This
So
is pretty
this
cool.
was Stephanie when she worked a desk job. At the time that I bought this was an investment piece for me. This is Banana Republic. This is not a $20 shirt. This was like, whoa, a $35 shirt. I still in my brain view it as this really nice piece I have, even though looking at it now, I'd be like, I would never pick this up off the rack. Same with this piece, I haven't worn it in a while. I put it on when we went through our wardrobe and I was like, this still looks okay. I was like, it's not covered in cat hair or pills, so can't I just keep wearing it?
You know that the baseline is pretty low when it's, is it covered in cat hair or pills? Also, just for the sake of everyone at home, when we say covered in pills, we're not talking about like medication.
No, like the little linty pills.
Teresa and Lauren took us through each of Stephanie's pieces, saw what worked, what we wanted to elevate, and what could get the axe. Even helped us find a lot of gaps in our wardrobe.
Do you have a turtleneck? There were a few things where I was like, if she had a black turtleneck.
I don't have a black turtleneck. We can identify a gap.
She's learning.
But one thing I know we'll never succeed in getting Stephanie to do, remove a price tag.
Why are the tags still on
Because
this?
you don't take the tags off your clothes.
Between the two of us, we filled up an entire clothing rack of pieces that we loved, but needed help learning to style properly. So Teresa and Lauren combined their fashion powers to give our old clothes new life. And I, for one, was excited to see what they had in store.
Okay, I'm standing in the hot seat, and I
Alrighty,
gotta
let's
say,
see this.
I love this. This is So good. And again, it's all stuff that I already had in my closet.
No, this
and
first
didn't
one-
use. Like these corduroys, I haven't worn them since I bought them. This shirt,
No.
I've only reserved for formal events with the
No,
family
yeah,
that are
no.
too boring for
He
my other
still
fun
looks
shirts.
old.
It brings such fresh life to these pieces that I had no idea what to do.
Nah,
Getting new clothes without
no.
getting new clothes.
It also
Great.
feels significantly
No.
less wasteful.
And that right there, that was a big
Stop
win. With nearly
glazing.
11.3 million
No,
tons of textile waste
stop
ending up in
glazing
landfills
it
each
out.
year in America, learning to reuse and give new life to clothing that you already have not only helps you save money, it can also have a large-scale impact on the environment. Don't you love it when everything comes together?
So
Yeah,
this is
but,
Mia's
like,
first outfit. This
that
is
did
the,
not look
a
good.
Casual look. Again, same as Matthew.
This
This
one's
is taking
decent.
stuff that was underutilized in my wardrobe or never
But
even
no,
got seen
Matpat,
and putting it together in
what
a way
is that?
feels super comfortable. I do like these shoes, but I never would wear them with a pant like this. I've never worn this open.
I don't know, maybe I
like
should
a-
do one of
like
these
a-
and
like
just
a
see
cool
what I
Miami
like.
Grandpa, I
So.
love this.
I was gonna say, I have not seen you looking this relaxed. Even in your relaxed clothing,
I know.
you're not this relaxed. It embodies your sense of style and your personality, but in something that feels easy, but still looks put together.
The outfit was given Palm Beach Barbie, though I was still looking for my Kenspiration to show up in this outfit. Maybe we'd have a bit more luck in the next one.
All right, outfit 2. This one, a lot more extreme.
This one
And
looks better, I
like
think.
how this has come together. You're mixing a really
I
extreme
think this
pattern with
one's
another
better.
really extreme pattern, and I'm curious.
It's
how you
still
did that.
not
I
the
worry
best,
that if
but
I were to
it's
try
better
to
than the
recreate
last
something
one.
like this or do something similar, that it would become like super messy and cluttered and confusing.
There are some kind of guidelines you can think about. So a really easy way to start mixing patterns is to just stick with patterns with the same colors. If anything has just like 2 or 3 colors, finding another pattern that has at least 1 or 2 of those colors represented will help. And then you want some diversity in the size of your pattern. So a smaller pattern with a larger pattern. So here your shirt has a little bit of smaller, more busy pattern, whereas this is like a huge graphic.
Even though we all agreed that the outfit wasn't perfect, the lesson still stood. I've always liked bright colors and patterns, but whenever I tried to mix them before, it ended up less maximalist and more just maximum eyesore. But Teresa was able to set me up with a formula that I could follow, kind of like the Pythagoras of personal styling. Next outfit.
Ta-da! Here's outfit number 2. Again, very unexpected. I feel like we've
Okay, I
both
think this
taken
one
a
fits
step
her
into
more.
the louder
I think
end
this
of the
one fits her
spectrum,
more.
putting together this vest,
But,
which
yeah.
I love, tucking it in.
I
which is
think
something I
think
never
it's
would've
just
thought
because
of, but
I'm
gives it a
Gen
whole
Z.
other
I
level
don't
of
like these
structure.
outfits
Pairing
as
it with
much,
a
and
polka
I have
dot
a
here
very
and a polka
different
dot
style.
here. Not something
But,
I
well,
ever
I
would have done,
could-
and
I
I
could
look at
try to
myself
do
and I'm
one
like,
of
oh,
these.
this is so fun.
I definitely could
I'm
not
really
try to do
enjoying
one of
this.
these. I don't have
like
money.
looking at myself in the mirror. I make myself smile. This is a big win for me.
And because we were all having so much fun playing dress up, Teresa and Lauren actually threw in a bonus outfit for both of us free of charge.
This is it.
Bonus! Wait, bonus outfit. Bro, I can't
love
do it.
this.
My mic
I
is
love
too
this
loud.
outfit. I think it's so cool. It is so fun. I feel so fresh and hip and
I
alive.
don't like
I've
this.
had
This
these
looks
pants
like that
in my
weird
drawer
rug
for a
I
long
have
time, but I don't know
under
what
my
to do with brown pants.
couch
You have
or
allowed me
something.
to
I don't
find a
know.
jacket and an outfit and a complete
That
ensemble
looks
here
like a rug.
uses them
No.
and makes me feel
No.
cool wearing them.
No,
Matthew
that
wears
no.
brown!
Matthew wears brown!
Getting me to enjoy
I don't
wearing
like
a
that.
neutral, a khaki, was actual witchcraft. Steph was also feeling the magic.
I was told that no arms needed
No.
in this one. It's more of a cape situation.
Exactly.
This is a really easy outfit for me to wear. These are jeans that I've had and I love and I wear all
This
the
one's
time. Same
decent.
goes with the shirt. I really like this one. This is
But
one
yeah,
I've
I think
had
it's
for a
just
while,
I'm
and then
Gen
I also
Z.
really enjoy, but don't always know the right thing to pair with. And
But
then
let's see what
I've gotten
the
to break out
other
shoes that
stylist
I haven't
does.
worn in years. I love these shoes and I just haven't had a moment where I thought that they looked sophisticated enough, but actually together, I think this all looks really nice.
Sure, they had the advantage of using our own existing clothing, but each look gave new life to pieces that had been sitting around for years, waiting to be worn. Not only did they give us the building blocks to do this by ourselves, they were able to give us clear, concise reasons for each outfit they were making, each item that they were removing, and even taking some of our most wild pieces and turning them into something that felt more wearable. In total, we spent $900 for the 2 closet audits, and $0
I'm not
on
doing
new
this, guys.
clothing
I am
items. Though
not
Teresa
doing
did provide
this.
us with a post-mortem on what items she would recommend we get
I
to
don't
fill in the
make
gaps in
money.
our
What?
wardrobe. All in all, it was a big win for both
$900?
of us, which meant it was time for our final option.
Just to
We were
s- just
turning
to
someone
see
we
what
knew,
clothes
someone
you
we
already
trusted,
have?
someone who had seen us on our good days and our not so good days, to see if that personal connection with us could unlock the final piece of this entire puzzle, the piece that we were still missing, pushing us out of our comfort zone just enough to elevate our style to the next level.
Today we're joined by Jamie Daniels, who is a longtime friend of ours.
We've known Jamie for about 4 years.
What's especially cool is was that we didn't know that this side of Jamie existed until just recently. It only came to our attention that you've been doing this for what now? 3 years?
3 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what got you into it?
My love of fashion started with my mom. My mom was a businesswoman. She worked for a Fortune 500 company, and so she always wore dresses, pantsuits, skirt suits, heels every single day.
She's a stylish lady.
She is. She's so stylish. I always wanted to emulate her style. I was encouraged in college to go into a career in either medicine or the allied health profession, so I kind of did that, but I always missed fashion. So I started creating these OOTDs, and then people started giving me compliments. My family just encouraged me to do this as a side business, and so I've been doing it for the past 3 years. I just love fashion so much, and I like helping other people find their fashion too.
Over the previous week, Jamie had taken our survey answers and designed each of us a custom lookbook. In it, she provided both of us a set of casual, professional, and formal options.
So first, here's
All right,
just my little
I actually
notebook.
think
And
that's
then
smart.
Stephanie
That's
brought
interesting.
this opportunity to me. I immediately went home and I scribbled down so many different things, like designers that I thought would really work for Stephanie, coquettish, girly, with fun quirks, different type of accessories that Stephanie would have.
Immediately, we could tell the amount of thought and planning that went into Stephanie's lookbook. Unlike what happened with the Fiverr stylist, Jamie wasn't just trying to get Stephanie to fit a mold of pre-selected items, she was trying to fit the items to Stephanie. As for me, well,
I'm a blank
Wait, is
page.
it just that?
Yes, bright colors and leathers.
what can I say? I'm a simple man, I have simple, vibrant tastes. And then she said something unexpected.
Yep.
I want to
There's
go back to
Matpat.
Ken. There's so many different Kens. So I went back and watched the movie just because of you. It wasn't a bad reference at all because there's so many different Kens. There's beach Ken. There's formal
Let's
wedding
go,
Ken, villain
Matpat.
Ken, Ken in leather, mermaid Ken. I tried to find a tail for you. It would not come in time. I was really excited about
And
it.
that would have been great.
That's
Yet,
actually
even
funny.
with no mermaid look, Jamie did it. She gave me the Kenergy that
I never-
was looking for. And at long last,
I never
someone
actually ended up
understood the
watching that
assignment.
movie.
But before I could truly celebrate, we
I
needed
might
to go
watch it
through the
after
lookbook.
this.
Okay, so take us through the lookbook.
When I think of you, I also thought of Back to the Future for some reason.
It is one of my favorite movies of all
I
time.
actually think that's so on point. Like, it's nerdy and sciencey, sure, but it's also whimsical and like kind of tongue-in-cheek, which I think embodies a lot of your vibe.
As we started to scroll, I think our reaction says it all.
Ooh.
And she was setting up some baby steps to ease us out of our comfort zone.
So is this jacket also for me?
Yes, it is. I thought it would be a great way to kind of get you away from leather.
That's fair.
Speaking of jackets, it turns out that Stephanie has been the true jacket influencer this entire time.
I already knew you also had a very structured jean jacket
Yes,
in your wardrobe.
I
that
love it.
Everyone should always
I've had it
use.
for years.
I bought one just because you had one.
Look at you, style influencer Stephanie.
That's never happened before.
As we browsed through the rest of Jamie's lookbook selections, we were happy to see a wide variety of interesting and quirky options that we were excited to try on. Once again, Amy and Ash teamed up to shop for 2 outfits each for us to try on, picking items that they felt best showcased what Jamie had to offer while still pushing us out of our comfort zones. Starting with something that would truly make Ken proud, a pair of pinkish pants. Kind of more red, I guess.
All right, so casual outfit number 1. I gotta say, I like this.
All right,
one.
all right.
like
I
this
think
one a
this
lot.
is
I think you
funny.
look great.
This is really
I like
cool.
it.
Across the
I
board,
like it.
love the playfulness of the shirt. I think the
I like-
color is
I think
great.
it's
I think
funny.
the contrast is nice. It's fun.
I
without
think
being
it's
too
good for
loud
Matt
in your
Pat.
face. I like structure. That was the one
I
thing
personally
that I hit
wouldn't
over and
wear
over
that.
again on all the different surveys.
But
I like things that are polished
I
and
like
structured.
it,
The white
and I think
shirt
Matt Pat
does that, but the layer on
does
top shows
belong
that, hey,
there.
I can also be relaxed and fun.
Structured but not stuffy.
Yep, that's exactly it, Steph. It only took us 2 giant episodes and me leaving the channel to finally figure out how to describe my style. Structured, but not stuffy. Perfect. Someone make me a Pinterest board to commemorate it. And Steph, at this point, was bursting at the seams waiting for her turn.
Steph, go for it.
Ta-da!
I love this cardigan on you so much.
I love everything about the top half of this, for sure. I'm in love
Yeah.
with this sweater. This is like the new staple of my wardrobe now. It's so comfortable, it's oversized. I
No.
really like this skirt. Where I struggle a little bit is with the shoes.
No, this
That's
feels
the only
like-
thing.
this
And
feels
I
like
completely agree with you though. Now that
90s
I'm
or
seeing it like
2000s.
all together, I
This
think I
doesn't
would pair
feel
it
like
maybe with your
very
loafers
current
or
at
some
all.
booties. I think that would be a much better fit.
But I think that this is overall so fun. I love the slouchy look with the skirt. All I think I need here is maybe a slight adjustment in the shoe, and I think we're there.
And with 2 wins solidly under our belt, we were ready to take this party from day to night with our formal options.
I gotta say, I love this. I am so floored by
That's
everything that I'm wearing
actually
right now.
great.
I wish that we were hosting the stream.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Matpat is
that way I
popping
could
off
bust
here.
this out. This is
Wait.
everything that I want a formal wear suit to
Oh
look at.
my
I don't think I could
gosh.
properly
That
express
fits
on
Ma-
camera
that
how
fits
much
Matt
I
Pat
love this
so
suit.
well.
Jamie knocked it out of the park. We all collectively
Again,
agreed
not
that the
something
butterfly
I
bow
would
tie
wear,
was a
but
bit
for
much,
Matt
but
Pat,
once we took took it off, it
awesome.
opened everything up on the suit. It was a complete win
it's got the
across the
inside
board.
design
If it
like
was
his
flattering, the
merch.
shoes helped tone down the busy floral pattern. The lightweight
That-
cotton
that's
material meant that I
actually-
wouldn't be
that
sweating
is
up a
actually
storm. It
very
even came
Matpat.
with one of my favorite things of all time, lore.
I also want to just call out immediately, as I was getting dressed, I noticed some of the tags. The marriage might fail you, but this suit won't. That's dark, man.
There was even a tag on the pants that said "till death," but I didn't have time to solve the mystery because Steph was ready to strut her stuff.
I also love this. I think you and I partner very
Oh.
well. This is incredible.
Oh,
is
this little
incredible.
thing? So taking this off the rack,
I
would
think
say
that's actually
extremely
funny.
unexpected for me personally. Not something that I would ever pick up in the store. I love this color. I love a sleeve with some volume. I ended up thinking that this
I
was
think that
really
fits her.
flattering.
I
Like
think that
I
fits
never look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, wow, you just have legs for days, girl. And look, legs for days. I think this is so
This
fun.
this
That was the
duo
word
actually,
that we
this
kept
like
coming back to
green duo,
time and
I
time
like
again
it
here.
actually.
Fun. Jamie spoke to the part of us that just like to play with wild patterns and bright, vibrant colors, which was exactly what we asked for from the very beginning.
Yeah,
And
they're
her
ready for a St.
familiarity with our
Patrick's
normal
Day
styles
party.
meant that she could easily look at an item and know if it would flatter us. I think that this gives strong supporting evidence for the fact that if you have someone in your life that you trust and whose style you admire, ask them for advice. Get them to pick out a couple of items that they think might look good on you. As your friend, they want you to look good, and they can guide you along the path to testing out a style. So while she did end up being the most expensive option of the entire experiment, ringing in at a whopping $1,429, though to be fair, she did buy an
That's
entire
a
suit,
huge
multiple
amount of
pairs
money.
shoes, a giant party
Fair
dress,
point,
and a ton
fair
of
point, fair
accessories. I
point,
couldn't
fair
deny that
point.
Steph and I loved the
Fair
way that we
point.
looked. We finally felt pushed outside
That
the
is
box that we've been trapped in
crazy.
for years. It was our style.
Yeah,
that
I was-
solution to our
I was
style,
saying, maybe
something
I
that
should
was
do
slightly
this.
elevated from where we were before.
When you actually think about it, Steph
They
and I
spent,
fall
what,
into this weird middle area
$2,500
where, we're
on
parents,
this video?
and as a
I
result,
ain't
there are
doing
certain
that.
expectations with being close to 40. But we do not dress like close to 40-year-olds, and that doesn't really reflect our style. I think a lot of the stuff that we were trying on with Stitch Fix was probably closer to where people our age are expected to dress.
Well,
right?
I just think that people in their 30s in general are expected to be in the middle of their career. So they're expected to likely be going into an office. They're expected to probably be either parents or thinking about becoming parents. So they're thinking about like buttoned up school events, more like functional clothes where you can work with your kids, less stuff that's going to be fragile or delicate or require a lot of maintenance. And so you end up with these silhouettes and these outfits that are not too fun. There's literally like the dad uniform and the mom uniform. And if you're falling outside of that, you stand out at like school events, you stand out in places like kids' birthday parties. We also just stand out in the general public of people who are usually going into an office for a job where we debate each morning if we're gonna walk down to the office wearing shoes or not. So we fall outside of a lot of the expectations and we don't want to dress to the expectations that everyone around us.
We're not just falling out from like people in our age range and our life stage in a lot of cases, but also in our industry. Our industry, this digital video world that we exist in, it is the era of TikTok and young teenagers and early 20-somethings, and we're not them. And so if we try to dress in the like most fashionable, trendy things that are circulating right now, it doesn't work for us because that's just not who we are.
That's just not interesting to us. I think we want to have a nice balance of like being
Yeah,
fun
I think
and also
Matpat
thinking
is
about
definitely
pieces
dad.
that are lasting. It's a tricky balance to strike.
Taking into account our experience in the first
That
episode with
was
Fiverr and
good
Stitch
talk.
Fix versus our two stylists
2
today,
minutes
there is
left
one thing that is
until this
abundantly
final
clear. Personal
Matpat style
interaction,
theory
that one-on-one
ends. Wow.
consultation time, it is the
That's crazy.
key to
The
getting the
timer's,
most
like,
out
right
of
there.
any styling service.
My face
While
cam's,
Jamie
like, in
and
front of the
Teresa were
timer.
certainly on the pricier side of the spectrum up front. Long term, we're talking about a different story. By teaching you and setting you up with the skills and confidence that you need to approach your clothing in a new way, they are saving you money in the long term. Because with Stitch Fix and Fiverr, you have to keep going back to them for more and more options, spending more and more money on service fees and clothes that, let's face it, are statistically less likely to fit your style. Then you're stuck with a pile of textiles just rotting away in your closet that you're not going to be using all that often, and now you're out a significant amount of money on top of it. It is a lose-lose across the board. So in the end, who really wins? It was me and Steph, because we've been able to go on this journey together. And I'm not just talking about the stylist.
Oh, it's
As my
about to
time on this
end, it's
channel
about
comes
to
an
end.
As this timer finally ticks down to 0, I can't help looking back on the crazy idea that we had so many years ago.
Our feet shoes, but hey, that's just a theory.
A style theory.
Stay beautiful.
That's what-
Beautiful.
Oh,
Oh, that's such a
yes.
good catchphrase.
Done.
Back then, I had
That's
no idea
where
what
they
this channel
came
would
up
look
with
like.
it?
But wild adventures we'd go on here. Over the
I
course
did
of this
not know
past
about
year,
that,
I've gotten to
actually.
test edible underwear, open your eyes to the crimes of some of the biggest sellers in the space, even permanently tattoo a checkerboard pattern onto my skin. I'm legitimately concerned that it is a permanent tattoo. That'll be a weird souvenir to take away from this channel, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. More than any of the other channels, Style Theories brought the team together in ways none of us ever expected. When you take
Really?
mud baths and showers together and then film
Actually,
it
yeah,
all
that
for
is a
content,
fair
yeah,
point.
that'll do it. It's not every day that you hear your analytics guy singing in the shower.
Take me out to the ball game.
But that journey's also been helpful for all of us in different ways. Ash's wardrobe, for
I should
instance,
do this.
completely changed thanks to the color for skin tone.
I should
episode, and
actually
they
do
look
something
and
like
feel
this.
great about those changes. 5 members of the team literally threw away their old makeup thanks to the poison makeup episode. I will never forget
That's
my
crazy.
sunscreen ever again, and I think we all pay a bit more attention to our flossing habits thanks to that toothbrush episode. And you know what? I'm so excited for what's to come. I may not be voicing the next generation of episodes, but I'm gonna be watching along in the background. Just like you guys, I'm gonna be there in the audience learning and
Stop,
growing in my own personal
Matpat.
style journey. Once a theorist, always a theorist. And honestly, this isn't gonna be the last time that you see me either. I told you at the start
Timer's
of the
up.
episode that I had a huge announcement. And no, I'm not rescinding my retirement or anything like that. But the team and I have actually been working on a huge project, a huge event, Creators in Fashion. This is gonna be a never before seen type of event happening here on YouTube. We're bringing the glamour of Fashion Week and runway shows to you, and we're not doing it alone. We're gonna be joined by tons of your favorite creators, both on and off the runway, as we turn the spotlight on all the hard work that creators have been doing. They're designing apparel, they're building businesses and brands on par
Alright.
with some of the biggest names that you see in Vogue or walking in fashion.
I'm probably not
And we
gonna
wanna give them
go to
all
this,
a moment
though.
to shine here live on the channel. on
Live,
Style
okay.
Theory. In just over
Well,
a month,
then
on April
Evelyn.
25th, we're gonna be doing the biggest thing to hit fashion in a long time. We're gonna be live streaming the first ever Creators in Fashion event live,
Okay.
right here on Style Theory, and you're gonna
I'll
be a
watch
part
it
of
depending
this.
on what
You know who else
YouTubers
is gonna
are
be
in
a
it.
part of it? Me, because I'm gonna be returning to help host the show alongside Amy, as well as a couple others.
Let's go.
surprise
I already
guests.
kind of
So mark it
knew
on
that
your
Matpat
calendars, my
wasn't like
friends. April
fully disappearing,
25th,
but yeah.
2024.
That's pretty
Creators
cool.
in Fashion happening right here on Style Theory. So while I might be saying goodbye today, and I won't be hanging
Yeah.
out with you here every
No
week,
more
I'm not
host
gone forever.
Matpat.
But I am confident that I'm leaving this channel in good hands. Amy has been here since
Yeah.
the beginning. She loves this channel just as much as I do. I highly
I think
recommend
Amy is
that
a
you
good
get to know a
host.
little bit more about your new
She's
host,
co-hosted
thanks to the
a couple
playlist that
of
we
these
put on the top
episodes.
shelf of the channel page to celebrate and surprise Amy. Even on my way out, I got a couple surprises up my sleeve. So good luck, Amy, and to all of you loyal style theorists, I'll see you back here on April 25th. And so for one final time, I say to you, that's just a theory. A style theory. Keep looking sharp. Remember, beauty is a science. I didn't use that one enough. Should have used it a little bit more.
Wow. That's it. Leave a like on it. It's number 11 on trending right now. It's probably higher up yesterday. But let's head on to the final food theory, which is not on trending yet. It was released more recently. This one's only 20 minutes, so should be easier. Let's go.
So, this is it. It's the final episode of Food Theory, my friends. I'm sad, you know, because
Yeah.
this has been a channel that's been really personal for me. Steph and I
Really?
cooking in the kitchen for the last 4 years. There were so many awesome memes like "stuff the cream in me" and eating a Christmas tree and hot
I
sauce.
just can't believe it.
I know, Chucky, I know. It's sad. I'm sad, dude. I'm excited for you, but it's a bittersweet moment, you know?
Wait, what? No, man. No. I'm pumped that you're leaving. I get to be host of Food Theory.
Yeah, that's
No. I just can't believe that you're gonna be gone, and I'm never gonna redeem myself for that stupid cake. Floam, nightmares, forever.
Wait, so hold on. It's my final episode, and you're just focused on your prime cake episode?
Yeah,
Bro.
Obviously.
I mean, if it means that much to you, you could make me a goodbye cake.
I can.
Sure, I guess.
I can have a redemption arc.
I mean, it is my final episode, but yeah, I guess you can make it
Yeah,
without
whatever, that's
you.
fine. Wait right here. I got an idea.
Wait!
All right.
Why did I just realize he's wearing the shirt from the style?
I'm gonna regret
He's
this.
wearing the outfit from the...
Hello,
My mic,
Internet.
bro.
Welcome
He's
to
wearing the
Food
outfit from the
Theory,
Style
where it's time
Theory
for my
thing.
just desserts. You know, when it comes to the 4 channels, Food Theory has always held a special place in my heart. Game Theory was the first. It's seen everything. Style Theory has always been about the team. It's also the baby of the group. And Film Theory, it's Film Theory. I'm joking, obviously, but that is kind of the running meme about it. But Food Theory, it's always been a bit more personal, you know? It was born in the middle of COVID. It's the first that really required me to be on camera. It's the one that allowed me to connect with Steph in a completely different way, while also playing off my own personal fears and insecurities in the kitchen and with food. It's the one where
Actually,
I got to be
I think
wackier
this
and a bit more
did,
unhinged from the usual format, and food just by its
this
nature
did
is more
truly show
personal.
Matt
I mean,
Pat's,
for proof
like,
of that, all you gotta
real
do is go check out
personality.
the family recipe episode from 2
actually,
weeks ago,
I
which
agree
is one
with
of my
him.
all-time favorite episodes that we've ever done across any of the channels. By the way, on that note, thank you for all your comments on that video. It's been heartwarming to read all those stories. If there's ever been proof that the comments can still be a place that's positive and uplifting, that one video right there, that is it. I've spent so much time down there just scrolling and reading with a smile on my face. It's been really beautiful, so thank you. Thank you for sharing. Anyway, back to the point. Knowing how special of a channel this has been, what better way to close out my time and transition over to the new host Santi than an episode dedicated to both of us? A celebratory cake for me, a redemption cake for him. You see, Santi's
I
had
actually
a bit
just
of a
ordered the
prime-sized
U2s,
chip on
so
his
pretty
shoulder
epic.
from his last go around trying to bake on this channel.
Can you show the camera kind of what's happening in the school?
No.
I think it would be really fun and exciting if you did.
You know what? I hate you all.
So it only felt right to give him a second chance at the validation that he's been wanting so badly.
I'm ready, Matt.
Sure you are, Santi. So that, my friends, is the challenge today. For Santi to make a finale cake. A cake that takes the best elements from the past 4 years of episodes and merges them together into one perfect bite. The ultimate food theory cake that embodies everything that this channel stands for. Well, everything except for the split icing.
Ha ha. Very funny.
Hey, I just wanted to make sure I clarified. Make sure we're all working on the same page here. So, how you plan on delivering us this one perfect bite, Santi?
Well, I figured I'd bring in a couple of members of Team Theorist, ask them for their favorite episode, and then use those as the key ingredients for this cake.
If I may borrow
No,
a phrase from
don't-
John
don't
Cena, are
ruin
you
the
sure
cake.
about that?
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, they're not gonna make it easy on
You're
you.
gonna ruin
In fact,
the
I'd expect
cake.
them to outright troll.
Yes, hi, hello, it is I, head editor Dan.
I love that you always feel the need to clarify that.
You guys keep putting it in the script. I'm just reading the lines, Matt.
So, what's your favorite episode of Food Theory?
Well, that's easy. It has to be the Mountain Dew pizza episode.
Rarely has there been a pizza that has actively made you want
I
to
gotta
brush
watch
your
more of
teeth
these,
after
actually.
consuming
I
it.
haven't watched a lot of
Really
these food
healthy.
theories.
You're gonna want to add this to all of your hot summer body diet.
Is that because it was one of the first ridiculous cooking episodes?
No,
Was it because that episode has the highest volume of puns per minute?
it most definitely was not.
Well, I know it wasn't because of the camera work. That whole episode looked like we rubbed Vaseline over the lens.
If you must know, it's because that was the first episode I got to voice, and it gave me the chance to shade you in post the entire time.
Wait, who are you? This is my show.
It's me, head editor Dan. You hired me. He then added some food coloring to really give it that green pop it deserves, is what he wants me to say. But I know the truth. I see all the footage, Matt, and I know what really happened. He forgot to mix in the gel food coloring, and they had to scramble to try to put it back in. Here's the before, here's the after. Look, we're good editors, but we can't fix every mistake. Also, never say fix it in post.
Or I will come directly for you.
Oh my gosh, you are so right. I actually think that might have been the first episode that anyone outside of me got to voice.
Really?
Just block that one out of my mind. Or maybe I was just delirious. Again, I was very sick for that episode. I mean, in total, I think there's been like, what, 4 episodes across the 2,000 videos we've done? No pressure there, Santi.
You do realize Mountain Dew is a terrible cake ingredient.
Yes, I do. Good luck.
As I was saying
Why?
before,
You should have
Are they
expected
all
that,
gonna
bro.
be like this?
oh no, not all of them, just most. Next up, it's Kai, our new social media manager.
Kai, what's your favorite episode of Food
You need
Theory?
a social media manager.
Probably have to be the Christmas tree episodes.
You've got to be kidding me.
Welcome to the job, bucko. I just said you had to make a cake. I didn't say that you also had to let other people choose the ingredients for you. You did that one for yourself. I'm sorry, Kai. Please continue.
Thanks. Overall, it was just a solid narrative arc. Watching the evolution from the first year with you and Steph just munching on the bark.
Yep, it's tree. It's me eating a tree.
My saliva is just getting sucked right into this.
I never
stuff.
ended up
It
watching
smells
these.
like Christmas. Oh, it's so
I'll
good.
watch these
It's
this
all so
Christmas.
delicious.
To watching you make cookies out of them and pranking Steph.
It's literal sawdust. I mean, it's
What? How much sawdust is in here?
30% by weight.
and then finally getting to something that was actually edible and getting to be a part of that, that was nice.
You know, it's not that bad.
Wow.
We're eating pine.
You do realize who created those recipes, right? It was me.
Cool. Well, bye.
Thanks, Kai. Next up, Amy. Amy, what's your favorite episode of Food Theory? Santi's gathering ingredients for a grand finale cake.
Favorite episode. I think it has to be Panera Bread Gloves because it brings together my two favorite things in the world, fashion and carbs. Honestly, I love them both so much. They're perfect together and they're perfect for this episode.
Bread? Bread is perfect for the cake episode?
Yes, it is bread, it is cakes. They're the same kind of thing. One just has fashion sense.
Is it too late to quit?
Yes, it is. Thanks, Amy. Hey, Ash.
Hey!
What's your favorite episode of Food Theory and why?
Ooh, okay. My favorite episode is actually kind of a personal one to me. I really like the Oreo episode.
Oh, thank goodness. Finally, a normal cake ingredient.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. You know how our episodes are designed?
I actually
to
do like
teach people
Oreo
stuff?
cakes though.
Yeah?
Well,
Like,
Santi's
or they-
learning
like,
a lot today. Tell me about Oreos.
Cookie,
Alright then.
cake.
Well, one, I was just really proud of the
cookies.
work I did in putting
You know,
that whole
never
shoot
mind.
together. But also, man, did it serve some absolutely incredible memes.
Like, oh, look at that thick layer of cream in there. I want that thickness inside my. Nope, don't say that. I should not have said that. It's hot, I'll give it that. Oh yeah, you can see it melting. My poor fingies. It's hot on my fingies.
Set it on a plate.
Set it on the plate, they say. Don't burn your fingies, they say. Just blew it off, Jason. I know my saliva is heavy. I've got the heaviest saliva in the business. So sorry.
My good dude, you were so questionable.
Continuing around the office, Lee gave us the Diet Coke taste test because he's also addicted to that sweet, sweet nectar. Josiah gave us Prime Exposed, and Tom added the TikTok favorite, pink sauce.
I hate you, Tom.
Okay, it could have been a lot worse. Just feel
It's gonna
lucky
be
no one said
interesting
the
seeing
Kentucky Fried Chicken
now that there's
episode,
4
or
different
the
hosts,
cabbage
seeing
soup
them like
episode.
interact
What
with
about
each
you,
other.
Santi?
It's
I'm
gonna be
curious.
so weird.
What's your favorite? You're the one taking over the channel after all.
I mean, I'm not doing myself any favors with this one, but it's actually the fries episode. Never order McDonald's medium fries, I think is the official title. It was one of the first on the channel.
Actually, it was the first.
I just like the science of it all and thought it did a good job of showing what this channel's all about, you know? In general, the fry episodes tend to be really fun. Sprite and fries, another personal favorite.
So you've got yourself Mountain Dew, Diet Coke, bread, spruce, Oreos, pink sauce, and French fries. That enough ingredient inspiration for you?
I feel like I should quit while I'm behind.
You think you could find a way to fit it all into a cake?
I have some ideas.
Well, with everyone's favorite episodes compiled, it's time for me and Steph to head to the
You
kitchen
know what? I
one
just
final
said
time. At
like
least one
earlier
final time on
that I
camera for
wouldn't want to
content.
try
It's
this,
not like
but
I'm
like
never gonna eat
maybe I
again.
should
We were there
try
to see
this.
how Santi might try to fit all of this into something even slightly resembling a cake. And as it so often does, things immediately got off the rails.
You define for Steph and I, who are not in the bro
We're
community.
not bro dudes,
Yeah.
as it were.
So-
and so, can you explain the DAP?
Yeah, if I were to get dapped up, what would I do?
For context, Santi had called Justin to get dapped up, and we were intellectually curious about what this mating technique was. Like researchers observing gorillas out in the wild.
It's in the hand motion.
You look like you're doing a little
What?
life
Yes. If you're a bro, you're too cool for a handshake, right? Handshake, you go in firm, up, down, release. That's how you do it.
That is the hope, yeah.
Yes. There.
Maybe a couple,
Boom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dap it.
God.
Dap it.
I get very intimidated by hand-to-hand interactions.
They
that
are
not
so
that.
old.
I
How
don't read
old?
people all that well, and so I can't just like flow with it.
You have to remember cool peaks in high school, right? So you have to think about it like you're the kid in the back of
I
the
hope
class.
not.
You're not trying hard. You don't want to like go in with a lot of emphasis or anything. You just want to go just cup it.
Yeah,
You want to get the clap, and you
Are we
could
do-
do
are
that.
we doing
but,
the bro?
But you could just do that, and like you just have to be relaxed with it.
Matpat.
You want to get a good clap.
Okay.
Nope. See.
Nope.
You're gonna go.
Hello?
from here,
Mic
from
work?
here, and
Matpat
then
is
clap like
37
that.
years old.
And then just that. That's it.
Okay.
All right, ready? So just relax. There you go. Wow. Okay. Well, you exploded it, but that's good. That was a good clap.
I really try to avoid
All right, all right.
physical contact with young children.
This is-
entirely.
I
That's-
do too.
That's not really what I'm going in for,
But if you're
Santi.
driving around,
All
and
right.
a kid just kicks a
Yeah,
sweet
Matpat is
rolling tray,
37.
you're like, hey,
Yeah,
dap 'em up.
this makes sense.
I honestly can't tell if he's being ironic or not. Is this a bit? I don't get it. Regardless, we were all set with the ingredients. It was
All right,
time to get
Matpat.
cooking, but not before one final sick
Yeah,
burn
you
from
can
Steph.
tell he's
We're
old.
gonna take all of that and
But my
mash
dad's
it into
older
a
than Matpat,
monstrosity
and
that
he
we will
knows what
call
a dap
cake.
is, so I
Called
don't
a
know.
lot of things cake in the past.
Right? And you
Some
called
around.
even more things calzone, and none of them were right.
You know what? You're lucky I didn't put ricotta in this cake. I was this close to doing it.
It would have made it closer to a calzone than anything you've made before.
Oh, she got you there.
Yeah, actually, that's
that was a good burn. Yeah, Steph, hit me up with that dap, girl.
Oh, yeah.
Hit me with that. You gotta practice the handshake.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
See, now this episode's never gonna see the light of day.
So how did Santi expect to work all of these insane ingredients into one tasty, or if not tasty, at least edible, bite? Well, Mountain Dew and Diet Coke were set to be the sponge layers. Santi insisted on another round of trying to make frosting out of prime, and then there were the croutons.
Amy's favorite episode was the bread gloves. So we're gonna take the croutons, we're gonna pulverize them into a little bit of a dust.
Man, nothing says delicious cake quite like salad croutons.
It's actually really interesting because you have the airiness of the cake. You know what? You'll see. You will see. You'll all see.
I love it when a cake is described as interesting.
From the guy who also says that he doesn't like cake.
All right, Dapper, what do we got going on?
I'm gonna have you both pour in the respective fluids, and we're gonna pour them into the cake molds.
It's pillowy and cloud-like, actually. It's very fluffy, got lots of air in there.
It's so fluffy.
So the science behind this is actually really cool. Instead of baking soda and baking powder, our leavening agents are the sodas. In using the sodas, the carbon dioxide that's released creates those similar air bubbles and causes the cake to rise. Plus, we get to incorporate the flavors of the Mountain Dew and the Diet Coke. It's honestly all super cool.
With the sponges in the oven, Santi encouraged us to get some of our aggression out on the croutons.
Oh my god!
What can I say? Between FNAF lore and hot wings, I guess I have some pent-up rage from 13 years on YouTube.
I meant like take the bag and smash it. Oh, that was manly. I like that.
Yeah,
you were like, I don't care.
bro.
Yeah, there you
Dap
go.
it, bro. Dap it, bro. Yeah,
What is this last part? There you go. Oh, because you're like, wow, you are wildly efficient.
I am very pro therapy. I am also very pro punching croutons really hard. With the croutons all mashed and the Fredbear trauma all processed,
I'm gonna
it's on
try
to
this at
prime
lunch
frosting.
tomorrow.
It's like
I'm just
strawberry
gonna
ice
get a
cream.
bunch
I
of
was gonna say, it does look
croutons.
like
just
strawberry ice cream.
Oh, very much
Boom.
so.
How's it taste? Very thick.
Just
sweet.
because
Ooh,
in memory of
very
Matpat.
Ooh, very sweet on the front end, very sour on the back end.
Yeah.
Very interesting
This is
ride.
gonna go very well with something else.
Huh. Interesting. I am so optimistic about how this is gonna go.
Let's go. See. Anyway, that was my own private moment.
Blood
At this
is
point,
not
Steph and I were
Ronaldo.
dismissed from the kitchen so Santi could surprise us with the final reveal. A few hours later, it was time.
How would you like this to be? Is there a drum roll? Should I lift? Like,
I'll
how
lift
did you
it
envision
for
this?
you.
Was this
I'll
like
lift
a
it for
small?
you.
Was this like a small laundry basket? Also?
Where did this thing come from? No cloche, no nothing. Just,
It's for my undergarments, but
you know. Hold up.
It's his boxer basket.
Here.
Literally on our cake.
Hold up. I'm gonna save you on this one. Okay.
Yes.
This is the last time I can do this for you. Too.
Okay.
He chose this in commemoration of us cooking in a dryer episode.
Santi, that was brilliant.
Wow, Santi.
Way
Yes.
to go.
I'm
Dap
so
up
glad
for
he
that
worked that
one.
in
there we go.
There's no dap up here.
Oh, dap.
We
Oh,
forgot
God,
in the
no.
course of
Dap
what
it
is
up.
definitely the same day how to dap up.
Yeah. Here, dap it, bro.
Why do you hit my wrist? Like you miss my hand every time.
That's how you dap.
That was better. We couldn't get a smoke machine, so sorry for the lack of presentation there. But
I'm actually cringing so hard right now.
Awesome, actually. This is really pretty.
okay, so what happened here? What had happened was
It's French fries.
yes.
It's fries.
If you look at it from above, which we
Yes.
have that shot, it is the food theory ring.
That's the food theory. That's
Yes,
the quadrant.
that's the-
That's the
Oh,
quadrant.
I
So,
get it.
so that was
I
supposed
thought
to
it
be
was
that.
a random yellow blob.
I thought so too.
I thought it was like someone peed on the cake.
Well, there goes my art.
I'm like, we've done a lot of weird episodes, Santi, but we haven't done like, can I drink my own urine? That's more of a Good Mythical Morning style episode.
Well, I mean, we were talking about tears, and I was thinking bodily fluids. No, this
Easy to confuse what comes out of your eyes with what comes out of other parts of your
both
body.
salty, I guess. I don't know. So
The yellow pea stain notwithstanding, we were a far cry from prim cake, even down to these cute little crinkle cut cake fries on top. Such a cool detail. So with everything ready, it was finally time for my last chance to stab something on the show.
Ready? Can I stab the cake?
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, that was satisfying. That was good. Ooh, sliced right down the
right
middle of that
down in
Oreo.
the middle of an Oreo.
Right through that double stuff.
So what we should see here, hopefully, is a
Is
nice.
that you that I just heard swallow really hard?
It's like Santi in one moment just went through the entirety of puberty. What we should see here, hopefully.
It's the 5 stages of grief that you're hearing there.
This is my opportunity to do it. Ooh, that looks so good!
If any regular person were to
No
see this,
way
they would
this
probably say,
actually
wow, what a delicious
tastes good.
pistachio and chocolate cake. But nope, this is food theory. That is Mountain Dew and Diet Coke mixed with prime, spruce, and crouton. Yum yum. You can't deny that it actually looks great though. But obviously the big question here is how it tastes, which is why it was time to get everyone on the team in the kitchen ready to taste for the moment of truth.
It's very chocolatey, Diet Cokey, and rosemary-y. Interesting. All right, everyone.
Happy next chapter of food theory.
Here we go. Food theory, bite.
After an awkward pause as everyone chewed and processed their feelings, the results were in.
Very thick. Dense. It's fudgy.
And they were mixed.
Acceptable. I got some crunch in mine.
Oh yeah.
Was there supposed to be crunch?
Do you not see the Oreos on top?
I
Gosh.
ate the inside.
No, I think he found the crouton.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
what about the crouton?
you found the crouton. There's crouton in there.
So the croutons are crushed in the middle for a little bit of texture, a little bit of flavor.
So you're saying the weird uncanniness of the crunch in the cake was calculated?
Yeah.
That's all I needed to know.
bread gloves, okay?
Where was the ranch?
In the pantry where it belongs.
You know what, Santi? I really like it.
I like it.
I think it's pretty great.
So as a cake, definitely an improvement over Prim Cake. I feel it fair to say that Santi got some level of redemption. But again, the assignment was to capture food theory in a single bite. And for that, it absolutely passed with flying colors.
You know what? I think that this cake is a perfect representation of the last 4 years of food theory episodes. It's not the tastiest cake I've ever had.
It is.
It's not the most precise cake I've ever had. It's a little bit messy. It's a little bit homespun.
There's a lot of sugar involved.
A lot of sugar involved. A lot of weird flavors thrown in there. If I were to pick a cake to perfectly encapsulate everything that we've done here on our time, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Santi.
I'll take that.
I'm a kid who grew up scared of food. Home cooking for me was Burger King
Really?
and Pizza Hut. When I started this channel, I could make popcorn on a stove and the occasional pizza. For crying out loud, my healthy food advice was to not order a medium fry at McDonald's. This wasn't ever about being the best chef or
What?
giving you the perfect recipe for fine dining. It was about this. It was about curiosity and exploration through food that might lead us down some pretty weird and awkward paths.
You guys between.
What is this?
It always ends up being a good time. And now I look at where we are. I look at where I am. I can make a delicious fried chicken better than KFC, or a perfect replica of my grandfather's delicious Polish soup. I can talk your ear off about the bioavailability of iron in spinach or the healthy fats in macadamia nuts. I've survived the world's most intense hot sauces and months without sugar and caffeine. I have literally fixed 2 cookbooks. I've made a delicious meal out of a Christmas tree and salted popcorn with my own tears, which I could do again today. I've even cooked a juicy, flavorful, medium rare steak in a freaking dryer. I look at this channel and I'm proud. I'm always proud of the theorist community across all the channels. But with food theory, I'm proud of me. I'm proud of my growth. I'm not scared of food anymore. I'm not scared of the kitchen anymore. And I understand more now than ever about the stuff that's actually going into my body. I've grown more here personally than any of the other channels, and that's really special.
So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that brings us to a close here on Food Theory. Stephanie?
Yep.
Thank you for being my cooking partner for the last 4 years.
No problem. We didn't burn down the kitchen. That's all that matters.
Right? So thank you for that journey. And Santi, I look forward to what the next 4 years have in store for you. With that, for one final time for me on this channel, remember, say it with me now. But hey, that's just a theory. A food theory. Bon appetit.
Wow. That's it. It's over. Style theory, food theory. Matpat's gone. Film theories tomorrow. Game theories the next day. I'll be reacting to those too. Goodbye.